What's up guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing off some brand new gameplay from Rise of the Tomb Raider, as well as give you insight to some mechanics that I experienced that you don't really get to see in the video. Lara Croft is back in her latest and biggest adventure to date, and the Rise of the Tomb Raider is looking really good. After spending an entire afternoon with it at the preview event in London, I'm really happy to say that the game looks like a solid sequel. I got to start off at the beginning of the game, and as the opening cutscene played, one thing was clear. The game looks absolutely stunning. Facial animations are unbelievable, character movement is realistic, and of course the environments are on point. I cannot mention what takes place, but some pretty big shockers happen at the beginning of the game that cause the game to take a step back in time and replay what had led Lara to this point in the game. Many parts of the opening sequence reminded me of the classic PS1 game. The puzzles, environments, and the way Lara approaches certain situations all took me back to the original days. Even her personality seemed to stem from the Tomb Raider legend days. So much happened during my time with the game that it made me realize how much was actually missing from the original 2013 release. But I had no idea about these features until Rise of the Tomb Raider introduced them. Stealth is a major new feature in the game. Lara relies on it during certain situations, as she can now shimmy up trees onto branches and take down enemies from above. Somehow this feels very important to the game, and something that should have been introduced in the reboot. You can now throw items into the distance to distract enemies and make them seek out the source of disturbance. This helps break large groups of enemies apart, allowing you to go in for silent takedowns. Being silent is a whole new way to approach any situation in the game, but then again, being loud is another option. You can decide on how you want to take on the path ahead any way you like. Lara actually needs to search for resources now. This makes sense, as her arrows do not come out of thin air. Searching an area for wood to craft arrows, wildlife to eat for health, and even mushrooms to poison the tips of your arrows makes survivability as real as ever. Getting around is a whole lot easier in general, as Lara's movements have been improved and some new movement options have been added into the mix, like tree shimmy and thankfully a sprint. Exploration throughout the game has become a primary focus. Optional tombs, puzzles, warehouses, underwater caves and treetops will all wield rewards like scrap and treasure when you find them. You also get new upgrade coins that you use to upgrade equipment that can be found scattered around the environment and are vital to your bow or weapons. This time around, completing a tomb will not just give you a bunch of scrap. You'll actually earn abilities or exotic weapon parts after each one. There are even NPCs scattered around each location that will give you these blueprints, but first you'll need to complete their side quests that they give you. These range from killing certain animals, finding certain objects, or destroying something in the area ahead. These blueprints are probably the game's most welcome new feature, as it urges you to become a stronger Lara Croft by doing what she does best. Playing the game from start to finish and ignoring these side quests is possible, but completing certain side objectives will give you new ways to play the game. I was most excited about the chance of getting different variations of my bow. Rather than sticking to the one you start with and only upgrading that one, there are multiple ones that you can come across by collecting pieces of blueprints. And it's not a grind, which is very refreshing. Every side tomb is really fun to complete, and the puzzles and its design by itself is great. One of the fantastic side tombs saw me having to kill an exotic bear. After he was dead, I was able to access the area and unlock a part of a certain ability. On one last note, it is important to know that Lara as a character changes the most in this title, as she uncovers the truth behind her past, how certain people in her life vanished, and how other people helped form who she is today.
Anna says that I need time away from my books and papers.
Rise of the Tomb Raider does not only play extremely well with a dozen brand new features that improve on every aspect of the game, but the story, well, what I've experienced of it, is one of the strongest to date. I personally cannot wait to get back into it when it launches in November.
Work hard in school.
I know your work was important.
And that's it for now guys, I'll leave you with the rest of this gameplay video. As always, if you enjoyed, feel free to like, subscribe and share. We'll see you next time.
Important lessons as it turns out.
get more information out of the prisoner. If Constantine has to do it himself, he's not going to be happy.
We'll step up the pressure, but he's clearly had some experience with interrogation techniques before.
We think he's the leader of the Remnant. He has to know about the Divine Source. Find his weakness. Get creative.
This prisoner. Maybe I can find him.
Have you done it?
The repeaters are offline. It's done.
So it is. We don't have much to spare, but if you're fighting with us, you can use this.